Let me tell you something, brother. I am just one crystal ball of you. What you gonna do when Ricky B runs wild on you? What you gonna do, brother? That is right. First of all, rest in peace to the greatest of all time, to the icon, to the legend, to the immortal Hulk Hogan. Obviously, we're going to be talking more about him. But I am, of course, UK's finest. I am somewhere Ricky J. This right here is the reigning Rock podcast. So go ahead, subscribe, like, and share. A big thank you to all those that have been watching my shorts. My short for WB Unreal got to 1,500. That's absolutely massive for me. So thank you to that for that. Thank you to those, as always, have been watching looking at my, view my posts for on TikTok. Whilst all that is great, again, you need to translate here. I know that my tag team partner is waiting here, so I want to make this very quick. My plan is, always thinking, my mind is always going, what can I do new here? How can I pull in more views? I get that I'm no idiot. I get that there's 50 podcasts out there. You probably rather go and watch one of those. So I want to try and make this as short as possible. So not as short as possible. From now on, it'll be no longer than an hour and a half, maybe even shorter, but around about that hour and a half mark. So that's a new idea here. But without further ado, let me bring in the man himself, the money man. On an early morning over there in the US, it is the one, the only, none other than the reigning, defending podcast prediction champion. Here he is. It is MARKCUS, the anti-Mark, ranty Mark.
Yeah. Fuck all the marks. You know who I'm talking about, and I'm not talking about myself. Y'all feel it.
Okay. You call us marks, I call it hardcore fans, but it's one of the two. It's the same thing, isn't it, I suppose?
You can call it whatever you want, man. We already know in wrestling terms what it's called.
That's pretty much all that's watching now, though. Are any casual fans really watching nowadays? I don't know.
I don't know either. I wouldn't know. I'm in between casual and a fan, so I don't know.
WWE certainly doesn't cater to the casuals. As much as I will sit here and say, "Oh, Great American Bash, Saturday's main event, Evolution," I'll still sit and watch it all, and so will other people. And that's who they're catering to. 47,000 for front row seats for SummerSlam. No casual fan can afford that. No casual fan would even dream of affording that. So
no. A casual fan can afford it. They just don't want to.
Possibly, depends on the job. And it's not just 47. It's the hotels, travel. These people, and they've sold out. These people are getting $47,000 seats. I reckon 60,000 they'd be spending that weekend. Wow. And then you'll see them. I'll see them on Facebook. They'll buy a whole horde of merch, like 3 by 10, like 4 belts and T-shirts. And it's like, how are they affording this? How? Anyway,
so they got money.
So yeah, how are you on this morning?
I'm good, man. Doing real well.
What's the weather like today in Philadelphia? Is it nice? Is it raining? Is it cold?
Partly cloudy, a little humid. It's gonna get worse.
Do you get in Philly, or is it? Can it rain? Can it snow, or can you get bad weather, or no?
Not in the summer. The summertime. This summer has been very rainy, very humid, very rainy. But the bad weather don't really come until like the wintertime.
So, of course, guys, if you're watching this live right now or later, of course, this will be mainly about the one, the only Hulk Hogan. So, please, guys, get your memories in. Did you, as I said in my short about him, have you guys had a chance of meeting him? I know a few people have. A few people have been posting those on Facebook about their memories of meeting him. Again, we'll get to it, but I'll leave it. I'll leave what I want to say to him when we get to the news and headlines. But yeah, so if you guys watching have been lucky enough to meet him, let me know in the comments your experience. Are you one of the many Hulkamaniacs? If you're watching this live right now, let me know your memories, your thoughts, your reaction to the death of Hulk Hogan. But we'll go right into segment number 1, which of course is this right here. And that, of course, is what's cooking on the table. So, Marcus, have you been up to anything new since last week? And also, what have you got coming up? Anything interesting?
Anything new? Nah. This summertime, I don't do too much. I try to keep it real chill. As far as something new, this week I do plan on making content. Probably later on today. It's one of my other like big interest things. So I'm not going to give away too much of what I'm going to be making content about, but it's going to be a series of content surrounding this one topic in particular. It's still in the realm of sports this time, but I'm not going to give it away. But yeah, so I'm going to be making some content probably either later today or maybe tomorrow. One of the two or both, because this is a topic I'm very passionate about. So that piques my interest all the time. So it's away from the review areas, more in the area of like opinions as well as facts and within the sports world.
And of course, guys, if you want to know what Marcus is talking about, you want to go and check out his channel, as always, in the description, each and every one of my videos, live, whether it's a podcast or it's a watch along, it's always there for you guys to check out. It's there on screen right now. Food and drink reviews, and he's hinting at a different type of video. So check that out. To smash the bell, the people's bell, and turn on those notifications. And just like me, you'll have to wait and see what this video is going to be, what this content is going to be. But yeah, go and check out his channel. Go and check out my short, putting his channel over. Yes, all of that. So what have I been up to? Well, first of all, my back is feeling a whole lot better. Just ever so slight pain in my shoulder. That's it. So yeah, it helped taking a. No, I took a week off the gym. Yeah, to help taking a week off, I've done the exercises the doctor gave me, took the painkillers the doctor said I should take. So feeling a whole lot better. Just very so slight pain in my shoulder, but that is it. So I've been going to the gym, and I did make this this week for my dog. Somewhere. Obviously, I'm not going to get it because. Well, my dog's using it. Really, it's in use, I suppose. So, and that is where are we? There it is, like a dog bowl holder. So it holds its water bowl, its food bowl. So yeah, made that. And next week, I spoil my dog. It gets. I don't discipline it at all, really. Which maybe I should. I don't know, but next week I'm going to make it. He's got 10,000 of them. Not 10,000, but it's got enough. A toy box. It's got many toys to play with. So, and they're all over the place, and I'm always tripping over them. So I'm going to make a little toy box for it. And tomorrow, obviously, comes. Perhaps Marcus will be interested in this because Marcus will reviews beer and ale on his channel. I'll be going to a real ale festival tomorrow. So I'm going to pick up some ale to watch SummerSlam next week. To get to the show, I'm going to need like 80 cans was, but but there we are. Again, I know I complain and say, "Oh, it's going to be crap," but I'll still watch both nights and both press conferences if there is one both nights, which I won't mention there will be. So I know I sit and complain and still watch it all, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's really all I've been up to. That's really all I've got coming up. But of course, the next segment right here is, as always, and we'll make it quick, is this one right here. So that is right, all about Hollywood, Bollywood, and everything else in between, all about the red carpet. Guys, get your comments in. What movies have you been watching this week? What movies are you into? What movies should I check out? Somewhere. I always forget. And so the 3 movies I've watched are Bride Hard. Yeah, funny enough movie. This one I would recommend. It's funny. Second one, where is it? There it is. It was there. Shadow Force. This was okay. And third and finally, the remake of I Know What You Did Last... well, I think it's a remake. Yeah. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Not as good as the originals, but the remakes never are. Are you a fan of the original... Are you okay? Well, Marcus, are you a horror fan? And you a fan of the I Know What You Did Last Summer movies?
I mean, I'll watch anything. I literally will watch anything. I did see I Know What You Did Last Summer. I mean, very, it was horror, so, and it came out in like 1999. So I was only 9 years old. So, of course it was scary because I was 9.
Yeah. As a child, I probably shouldn't have done, but I watched all the Freddy movies as a child. Maybe I shouldn't have done. Like you look at Freddy. I'm trying to delete these and I'm not succeeding. Well, doesn't matter. There we go. You look at Freddy now. He's dead. Okay, they're good. Freddy's good. Dated but good.
I mean, of course, they're classics.
And then they made Freddy versus Jason. That was good as well, but
very good movie. No doubt, very good movies. It's just I mean, in this day and age, they definitely gonna come on with a viewer discretion, especially since in this day and age, people are a little bit more sensitive, and with the some of the humor that Freddy likes to use, because he uses a bunch of good and bad humor. So
yeah, but it is what it is. You kind of know what you're going into. Again, I said it's every week. I don't go to the cinema, so I'm just sat at home watching these movies for free. So it is what it is. They are what they are. But we'll play one ad here, and then of course get into the big news and headlines, and that's
I can't wait.
And that ad is coming your way right now. So first of all, yes, I realize I need to redo that video because I know you just can't see at the bottom what the link is. So I really need to redo that.
You have the link in the bio. Do you have the link below the video?
It is in the bio, but in the description. But still, I want people to see where. He just says, "Get a shout out where." Who knows?
Yeah.
So I will remake that video, or kind of make it fit the screen. That's the word I'm looking for. But yes, for 2 shout outs every single live for an entire month. So here on the podcast, on my watch alongs, head to Protein Teas Goldman's 1. Also, I'll do a video, 5-10 minute video just for you, putting over your channel, your brand, your Facebook page, whatever it is you want me to put over for a 5-10 minute video. So you get that as well. So that's kind of an extra shout out. So yes, I will do that video for it to fit the screen. But yes, in the meantime, Protein Teas Goldman's 1. But yes, roll up, read all about it. The websites are talking, the internet is having their say, because it can only be. The new, oh, sorry, Marcus, sorry.
Hey, you already did the tag, John. You already did the tagline, but I'll also do it. Pull out your email, turn on your TV, get all this stuff on your screen, read the Wrestling Times, because it's time for news and headlines.
My apologies there.
Nah, man, you felt you wanted to jump the gun and you did it.
my memory is just like, no, I just forgot. Anyway, yes. I think it's the 10,000 cups of coffee I drink, but the amount of coffee I drink makes my memory bad. Anyway, yes. So right, so yeah, 2 deaths in the wrestling world. So we start with the most important one, and that is, come on. The iconic, the legendary, my Markism, is that a word? Markism for Reigns, for The Rock. Hogan is the greatest of all time. Without Hogan, I won't be here. I won't be doing this. I won't be watching wrestling without Hogan. There will be no WrestleMania without Hogan. There will be no WWE without Hogan. Yes, take away politics, take away his personal opinions. Just the character of Hulk Hogan, not Triple A, Hulk Hogan, brother. The greatest. Yeah, what a loss it is. At 71, that like nowadays that's no really age at all. Vince is 78 and still alive and kicking. Jimmy Hart's 81 and still looks the same age as he did 40 years ago. So 71 is nothing nowadays. But yeah, major loss. And the outpouring I've seen on YouTube, like people, some unknown channels are saying how much a loss it is, how much they loved him. Yeah, there's never gonna be another Hogan. But I feel like there's a hole left in the wrestling world without him. Again, take away his personal opinions and his politics, all that. Just the character of Hulk Hogan. What a major loss. Your thoughts, Marcus?
I was waiting for you to ask for my thoughts.
Sorry.
Here we go, y'all. Buckle up, because it's about to get messy. Okay. Woo-wee. As Trick Williams says. Cody kind of glossed over this a little bit. It's tricky to talk about Hulk Hogan. Let's keep it a buck. Ricky will ignore the other stuff. I will not. Because Terry Bollea, who plays Hulk Hogan, right? I mean, both ways, if you want to be honest, Hulk Hogan's also still a piece of shit. Did he do a lot of great things for the industry? Absolutely. But he also prevented wrestlers from getting health care. He stopped the unionization of wrestlers and kept them as independent contractors, because look at how much he was getting paid compared to everybody else. I mean, there's a reason why Jesse the Body Ventura doesn't trust him. right? So even though that, we're trying to separate the man still wrote creative control. He still prevented superstars from rising up, especially if it was against him. If it was against him, he would sign off and say, "That doesn't work for me, brother." That's where we got that famous line from. We got that famous quote from him himself. Okay? Like, Bret Hart is a victim of Hulk Hogan. He's a victim of Hulkamania. WrestleMania 9.
Mm.
Okay? That following SummerSlam, when he was supposed, no, it wasn't SummerSlam, it was like King of the Ring. When he was supposed to beat, when Hogan wasn't even supposed to either win or they were supposed to have a match, and Hulk Hogan said, "Nah, that's not going to pull in numbers." In WCW, Hulk Hogan is one of the reasons why WCW died. He's one of the reasons why it died. He wasn't willing to put over people. He could have, and he had moments, but he chose not to. And of course, yes, ignore. We could try to say ignores politics. Like, yes, for sure, WWE wouldn't be where it's at today without Hulk Hogan being, having that crossover appeal in the 80s. We wouldn't be here today if there wasn't a Monday Night War. People within my age group, we remember the war. We remember the NWO, how cool it was. WCW versus WWF, not the E. Even when he came back, it was something else, right? But as a black man, I can't let Terry Bollea, Hulk Hogan slide. I just can't. He was a racist piece of shit. I can't let it slide. Because what he said about Brooke Hogan's boyfriend at the time, I don't know if they're still together, but what he said about that young man is insane. Too much. And it kind of it shed more worse light. Now, once again, we can try to ignore all the stuff about Hogan, but the reality is when you're a celebrity, you have to tread very carefully. Terry Bollea did not tread carefully. He treaded terribly.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
I'm not done.
Sorry.
I can have remorse for someone that died over drugs, alcohol, suicide, anything else. Mostly anything else. But for me to be kind, I'm not trying to be totally disrespectful. That's not my angle. But for me to ignore a racist, especially if it's against my race, I would be an absent-minded person if I just ignored it. If I just was saying he was great. He wasn't great. He was a piece of shit. We know it. But what he contributed to the wrestling industry is top-notch. I just wish that what he contributed to the wrestling world transferred over to the real world. Now I'm done.
I know that you said that your favorite memory was NWO for life. Mine's going to be probably Rock Hogan. Just that crowd. They popped off a headlock. No, a headlock. Lockup. A lockup. No, a series of moves on a 10,000 super kicks like the Young Bucks. Not 50 Canadian destroyers. A lockup. Insane. Now, if you watch that with the sound off, it's a good match, but I think the crowd really makes it.
Yeah, I mean, the crowd really made that match 100%. I mean, it was I don't think we've ever would have saw it. I think there's only one thing that would have made that match more explosive. There's only one match that Hogan could have had that would have made it more explosive. Rock Hogan. The only other thing that would have beat Rock Hogan would have been Austin Hogan. But Austin didn't trust Hogan as he should.
Yeah, there's a room, and neither of them wanted to put each other over, and you got nothing. So, but yeah, That would have been how much money would that have made? Wow. to the biggest legends ever. Wow. That's kind of like that would be a Saudi match nowadays. That's where you'd expect that's happening in Saudi or a WrestleMania, of course, but either Mania or Saudi. Saudi is probably the only one that can afford it.
I mean, yeah, they can afford it, but it's more so about like Hogan's not one. Like even back in that was 2002. Hogan wasn't uber duper. He wasn't super uber duper old yet. Like he literally had just came back from just relaxing on the couch. This was only a year after WCW went out of business, so Hogan was still red hot at the time due to that fact, right? Like anything from WCW that was great was still pretty hot because people were still in memory of WCW, right? Like, and I'll even give this hot take: if the NWO was a part of the invasion angle would suck more than people think it already did, because NWO wasn't WCW. The NWO was the NWO.
I remember the promo. I'm an inject. Again, I remember the promo, but I'm going to screw it up here. I'm an inject with a lethal dose of poison. The NWO. And then he spun round and he was on the back of his chair. Vince might have done a lot of bad things. Again, take Vince's personal life away. That was a hell of a promo when he brought the NWO back. And they came back.
It was a try. Yeah, I mean, No Way Out. Think about the letters for No Way Out.
Yeah, but they only lasted 2 months. No Way Out, Mania, it was done. So okay, okay, not really a lethal poison, was it? It was lethal poison for 2 months.
Well, here's the thing: it failed. Like the whole NWO experiment in WWE, it failed because it wasn't a WWE creation. It wasn't new. It wasn't cool anymore. And they're older. Scott Hall had just got finished, being an alcoholic. Kevin Nash has always had bad knees, and so is Hulk Hogan. Just, bringing them back into WWE, I get where Vince is coming from. He was also really desperate for something, but yeah, it's just like a cool factor to be like, you know what, he was here. It's kind of like Sting. It's cool that he came, but he ain't need to be here.
And obviously the body slam heard around the world, the Andre the Giant, that Hogan did he do his back in? Oh God. Anyway, yeah, obviously that was a legendary moment. Was it not 90? Well, okay, no. I don't know what the actual number was, but they said it was 93,000. Was it?
I don't know.
I think they've obviously every year it's this number and the number's way lower. But like for Mania 32, they said 104,000 or something, and I think it was more around 93. So they went. Then they counted the people that worked there. So they thought it wasn't in attendance, but okay.
Yeah, they not with the numbers a bit.
Not really in attendance, sorry. Well, they are, but they're not. They already work there, or they're already there.
Right.
So obviously, my personal thoughts are rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. Major loss to WWE. I think we'll get into it, but SmackDown they could have done a whole lot more on SmackDown. I think they should have dedicated the entire show to him and just maybe rushed what they had. I think maybe, I don't know, but it is what it is. But unfortunately, it's not the only death in the wrestling world. Because at the age of, and I can't find the picture. Somewhere, I was. StreamYard is the absolute worst, and found it. So the age of 76, the man himself. Give me a second. The rock god, the king of it all. You're probably the king of rock. Ozzy Osbourne, at the age of 76, died. A hell of a life. For those that know, he had a hell of a, took every drug known to man. A hell of a life, but a big loss. Also, very much connected with WWE. He's in the Hall of Fame. War Pigs. So Black Sabbath sings the Survivor Series War Games theme. He's performed on SmackDown. He was a Raw GM. I don't think he quite knew what was going on. But yes, he was a Raw GM. Just on his last tour 2 weeks ago as well, so at least he went out on top, as they say in wrestling. So yeah, major loss. I don't know how much are you aware of Black Sabbath? Are they your type of music?
I mean,
Mark?
I like all music, but I will say I learned this week that he was the singer of Black Sabbath. Didn't know that. I thought Black Sabbath was just a whole other band. I thought Ozzy Osbourne, yes, is the man, but I thought the band was named after the man. So I learned this week that Black Sabbath, he was the lead singer. Had no idea.
Yeah, like I said, they sing the Survivor Series theme. So it's called War Pigs. And
I know War Pigs. I know the song.
So he'll always have a place in WWE, imagine a lot, because doing war. Again, I'll sit and complain, but I dread to think if he's going to be Raw versus SmackDown. Whatever. That's not about that, not about what War Games is or isn't going to be this year. But yeah, you'll always have a place with War Games. For those that did see it, we went in the Hall of Fame in 2020. They merged 2020 and 2021, so you had like a 30-second induction speech. So yeah, big loss. Did you catch his? Were you watching around when Ozzy performed on SmackDown or not? Or no?
What year was that?
Attitude Era, I think.
Yeah,
God.
I mean, I watched during the Attitude Era, especially if it was SmackDown.
Very quickly, YouTube it really quick.
I don't think it was during the Attitude Era though.
Somewhere. What year was it? I don't know. No, it wasn't. It was WWE. So what year it was, I don't know. Well, but yeah, he performed on SmackDown one of these songs. So yeah, major loss. So rest in peace, Hulk Hogan, and rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne, the king, I would say, of rock music, biting the head of a bat. Doesn't get much more rock than that. But yeah, so big loss for, and obviously away from wrestling. Didn't someone from the Cosby Show die?
Yeah. That's sad too. He was swimming with his daughter, and he had the people save his daughter and not him. So he went out a hero.
I've only heard of the Cosby Show, obviously way before my time.
Yeah.
Taking away what Bill Cosby did, just focusing on this.
I mean, we're not talking about Bill Cosby. We're talking about the guy that played on Bill Cosby.
So yes, I've heard of the Cosby Show, but that's it. So what was he called? Mark? No, I'm going to screw the name up. What was he? You'll know more than me. What he was called? The guy that died.
Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I should be able to find it.
The Marvin or Martin or something. I don't know. if anybody in the comments wants to very quickly help us out here, go ahead. Oh, Malcolm Jamal Warner. That's what it was. That's what it is. So Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Yeah, that actually was shocking because, like, you know, once again, like, some deaths hit you harder than others. He was never a controversial figure. You know, put on the Cosby Show. He had other acting roles. Same thing with Ozzy Osbourne. Never had a bad thing to really say about Ozzy. I think there's another guy, Mangione. He had a character on King of the Hill. He was he was some type of trumpet or saxophone player. He was, you know, once again, nice guy, real chill. Some deaths, and this is just a life lesson. Some deaths hit you harder than others, and everybody's gonna have their different perspective on certain deaths. You know, so I'm gonna leave it at that. Rest in peace to those that didn't cause harm of any kind to the world.
Well, Ozzy had numerous affairs, so he hurt his wife, but apart from that...
Yeah.
And he surely hurt that bat he bit the head off, so apart from that... But yeah, well, moving along here, we'll play a second ad, and that ad is going to be for the man himself you see on your screen right now to the side of me. So do check out this channel, and here it is. That is right. Head to his channel, always in the description. If you're a fan of food and drink reviews, you're a fan of cocktail making, go ahead, check out his channel, like and subscribe, show support, show love, all of that. As we go into the next segment here, talking about... We'll talk about today's wrestling, 2025's wrestling in a second. Ugh. God, apart from TNA, none of it's good. Anyway, again, I know I complain, and I'll still sit and watch it all.
And you still sit and watch it.
It's not my fault it's not good, is it? It's not my fault.
It's your fault that you watch it.
And I'm not the only one that thinks so. 3 people and it's only 3 people in the world, but 3 people on YouTube hated last night's SmackDown, hated it. At least I try and give it a chance. They hated it. So there's that. And these are people that watch every week, just like I do. But let's talk about the yesteryears of wrestling, the past of wrestling, with this right somewhere here. That is right. This week in wrestling history, only 2. I've only found 2 this time really worth talking about, and they are in the year of... Hulk Hogan's gonna have to move a second. Now he's gonna fall over. Anyway, in the year of 2000, July 22nd, 2001, you saw the pay-per-view of Invasion. So of course you had the inaugural brawl, WWE versus WWF versus Team WCW, ECW. RVD beat Jeff Hardy for the hardcore title. Was it not Earl Hebner versus Nick Patrick, Mick Foley's guest referee? I'm sure they have some Brown Panties match that I have completely erased from my memory because none of them were worth remembering.
Tori and Stacy versus Lita and Trish.
Okay, that's what it was. It wasn't brown panties, right? And that's all I can really remember. If it was, a decent pay-per-view, what was your memories of it, Marcus?
To be honest with you, and this might actually shock people, best WWE pay-per-view I've ever seen. No, second best, next to WrestleMania XL. Best pay-per-view I've ever seen.
Why? It was just.
To me, it combined everything I loved about that time period. WWF, my favorite promotion of all time, ECW, and a promotion I watched a fair good amount of time, WCW. It combined all the stuff, plus not to mention the mid-card during that time period in wrestling was the best it ever was. I'm talking about, it was the best. That Jeff Hardy RVD match, that's a dream match. That at that point in time, that was a dream match. Two guys who neither one of them touched world championship gold whatsoever, having at it in a hardcore match. Beautiful cinema. Even the tag match with the ladies. Back in the day, women didn't even get that much time. Stacy Keibler, not an in-ring performer. Tori Wilson, not an in-ring performer. Trish just started getting her in-ring performer legs at the time. So Lita really was like the veteran in that match, and it still actually was okay. Earl Hebner versus
Nick Patrick.
Nick Patrick, hilarious because Nick Patrick, when he sells, it looks so goofy, hilarious. And then the it was like a 5-man tag. It was like a 5-man or 6-man tag or something like that. When Austin came out and he turned his back on the WWF. That, like I said, that pay-per-view, that whole invasion is literally one of my favorite time periods ever. Like literally my favorite storyline is the invasion one. Like I said, it combined all the things I loved at that time. And it just, once again, wrestling at its peak, that's what made you want to tune into WWF, SmackDown, Raw, Heat, whatever show you could get your eyes on in the year 2001. Just beautiful cinema. Shout out to the Invasion angle. Shout out to the Invasion angle. Shout out to the Invasion pay-per-view. Second best pay-per-view of all time.
That's fine. I respect your opinion. I didn't actually watch it live. I remember because I actually bought it on and still got it on VHS. In fact, I've obviously got VHS behind me that those that can see. I don't think you guys can see it. Obviously, that's WrestleMania. Most of got WrestleMania 1 to 15 on VHS. But yeah, got it on VHS. Obviously, Vince allowed WWW. Well, he owned them. He owned ECW and WCW, but we didn't know. So, from a kayfabe sense, he allowed WWF to lose there. Oh no, did he win? So WCW and ECW won nothing because he lost at Survivor Series. So they won nothing.
No, but WCW and ECW beat Team WWF at Invasion.
Okay, and then they got over there, but on the big show, hell no, they're getting over on the big show, which they maybe should have done in kayfabe. In kayfabe, they could have had WCW, ECW win, and then done something a couple of months later. I don't know.
I don't think the Invasion angle could have ended in a better way, to be honest with you. I mean, I hear what people saying, like, oh, by the time it got there, so many people went from WWF to WCW, ECW, the Alliance side, blah, blah, blah. So ECW wasn't its true self. WCW wasn't its true self. I mean, once again, missing main eventers. Like, the only main eventer I feel like, there's a couple main eventers that sat out that I feel like could have made the Invasion a little bit better. Like Rey Mysterio. He could have lit that up. He would have lit that up on fire. Goldberg should have been a part of that. I know Goldberg sat out. He had the AOL contract, but if he was a part of that angle, holy shit. There would be no need for Austin. Goldberg.
And of course, Goldberg. Sting. You're forgetting Sting would have made it, I think.
To be honest, that doesn't fit Sting's thing. I don't think Sting would have joined. I don't think it would have been a good fit. I think Sting sitting out makes more sense. Just like the NWO. Let them set out, let him set out. Randy Savage, he could have joined.
Yeah, definitely.
He wasn't too old then. So Randy Savage could have joined. Goldberg could have joined. That would have definitely put the alliance more so over than not.
But yes, we'll move on to the next one, which was July 23rd in the year 2012, so almost 13 years ago. That was the only Raw 1000. Before I give my thoughts or memories of the Raw 1000, what was your memories of it?
I wasn't watching.
Okay. There was a stat show. You had The Rock, you had DX, you had The Undertaker, you had Mick Foley come back as Dude Love. You had the CM Punk heel turn. Brock Lesnar was there. Kane. No Stone Cold, which was surprising, but it is what it is. No Hogan. Hogan wasn't there either. I don't know why he wasn't in the year 2022. Oh no, was he? He was in TNA. Yeah, that's where he was. So yeah, and then it was the very first ever Raw, 3-hour Raw, and then you got 3 hours for the next 13 years, which some people love, some people hate. It is what it is. But yeah, Raw 1000 in the year 2012, July 23rd. Anybody watching, get your memories in of Raw 1000. Get your memories in of the Invasion pay-per-view, PLE, call it what you like nowadays. But yeah, that's kind of it for this week. So we'll now talk about. Well, I want to talk about TNA and a certain match coming up at their next pay-per-view, but WWE right now, main roster, oh god. Really not much happens of any relevance, anything really to talk about, but that sends us right into this right here. That, of course, is Wrestling Roundup. We will begin with TNA Slammiversary. I presume, Marcus, you watched none of this?
I just watched a YouTuber who he gave his review on it, so some parts of it I know most of the show.
So on the what do they call it? Countdown. On the Countdown show, you had the Elegance brand return against the Inspiration, the Iconics. This was okay. It was a nothing match, really. Just the hometown man who is Cody Dean.
Woo!
That's who it is under the mask, Cody Deaner, who I've never seen. So again, I say this each and every week, WWE, TNA, AEW, Indies, seeing new faces. It's great. One of the great things about wrestling, never seen Cody Deaner before. Cool. And the 6-man match was just as cool as it was hearing Enzo say his WWE promo in TNA. That's all it was. He buried his opponents, then beat them, which is typical Enzo. He buries his opponents, then beats them.
Shout out to the fourth rope, baby.
Kind of similar with The Rock. The Rock always buried his opponents, then beat them. Okay. With Danny Gill, you give the people what they want. The people want that, but...
Shout out to Zilla Fatu.
Yeah, great day. For Zilla. Never seen Josh Bishop before. Never seen Mance Warner before, so that was cool. But it was a 3-minute match squash. So, your thoughts on all of that? So, they're called the Rope Breakers, Enzo's team. So, Enzo's team winning, Elegant Brand retaining, and Hometown Man defeating Eric Young. Yeah, Eric Young, yeah.
I don't even know who the hometown dude is. I thought he was talking about Zack Ryder. I don't like the fact that the Elegance team beat the Inspiration. I think the Inspiration is probably one of the best like overall female tag teams just out there in general. And them not having a title is a disgrace. And of course, shout out to the Fourth Rope. Shout out to the Real One for doing his thing. I always tell people I think Enzo, as he keeps working on his in-ring, his promo skills are top-notch. The dude is a top-notch promo each and every time. And shout out to Zillafatu, the champion of Fourth Rope.
They are. Enzo really can cut a promo, without a doubt. Again, it's his WWE promo, but he can cut a promo. But he buries his opponents. It makes no sense. You're a loser. This means us off the top of my head. You're a loser. I'm going to beat you. And then he beats them. No, you put all your...
I don't think that's burying. That's talking. And if he loses, then it looked better for his opponent. That means his opponent was motivated. It's not burying. And that's not even there's a difference between a burial and something else, but we'll get on to that later.
Well, that's just me. Just a very quick example. I'd be completely buried at me. Like he ran through all of them and just said, "You're this, you're that, you're nothing, you're crap, you're awful," blah, 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 and then beat them. Just okay. But I do like, same with Mustafa Ali, Cedric Alexander, the inspiration to found a home after, and kind of the what's she called, WWE name, Dana Brooke, Ash by Elegance, has found a home after WWE. So yeah, Mustafa Ali knocked off Cedric Alexander. Good match to kick things off. Good usage of Ali's team, his faction, Order 4. Cool name, I suppose. Yeah, good opening match. I'll get your thoughts on that. And the second match, which was Matt Cardona. So that's what I forgot. I said this in the predictions. I said the system. It was a system of Matt Cardona. They knocked off Dark State. I really want Dark State, like I said in the predictions, just feels like just another tag team or just another faction. So I really would have had them win here, but it is what it is. And you see Matt Cardona and Brian Myers team up in another company. That's cool. Yeah, your thoughts on both of those?
Mustafa Ali is a very underrated performer. I don't understand why people don't think that, but he's very underrated. He got a Raw deal in WWE, and he's making the most of his opportunity in TNA. So I think at some point in time, Mustafa Ali should be TNA champion, my opinion. And I mean, it's Matt Cardona. Woo, woo, woo. We already know. And I mean, like you said, Dark State is just another faction. Here's the problem with Dark State. It's an NXT faction, one, without a leader, two, without a known name a part of it. All those dudes are, I'm not going to say nobodies, but they're anybody's. That's my new way of saying, like, anybody can be a part of Dark State. You need a known someone to really get over a faction.
Yeah. You're right. Like, who are they? I do like if you I know, well, okay, Dion Lennox, Cutler James, Arias Griffin. See, again, and I watch NXT and I don't really know their names. And Shaquan Sugars, I think.
That's it. And the thing is, I watch NXT more than I watch SmackDown and Raw. And I still don't understand Dark State. Like, I thought they was going to be like the Nexus, causing havoc every week, and they're not there every week. Like, they don't even, they used to come out in the crowd. Now they enter the ring through the regular way. Like, I thought you guys were supposed to disrupt the system. What the hell? What the hell is this?
But moving on here, another person that's found a home after WWE, and we could maybe see her on NXT in the near future, Indy Hartwell defeated Tessa Blanchard. This was so botchy, so sloppy. They didn't work well together. So many missed moves. Just, God. Ugh. Big win for Indy, but that's it. The match itself was bad. JT Jane. JT Jane shocks. So, okay. JT Jane shocks the world, but he's, I don't know. Well, people saying TNA's buried, but this creates headlines. If Magic Slammer, I'm 50-50. Imagine, I mean, any movies tell on TNA TV brings in eyes, but does that really create headlines? Yes, but JT Jane, no one picked JT Jane to win, and she's now a double champion, knockout women's champion, and still NXT women's champion. I think that's the bigger story. So I don't really think they're getting buried at all. And they're getting a certain match, which we'll get to in October, and they got a certain somebody turning up. So it probably you can have this match. You can have a certain phenomenal one turning up. We'll have those titles. Thank you. But yeah, your thoughts on Indy over Tessa and JT Jane shocking the world?
Well, of course, I love the fact that a racist gets to get beat in a match. I mean, even though Tessa Blanchard is a real horsewoman, I always say that. In my world, Tessa's a real horsewoman. Her dad's a 4 horsemen. So,
right, yeah.
I listen, if I was Tessa Blanchard, that would be a gimmick. The real real horsewoman, or the original horsewoman, because only her and Charlotte are in the wrestling business amongst the 4 horsemen's kids. So if Tessa wasn't a fucking asshole, her and Charlotte probably would have one of the best tag team names in the world. But with that being said, love to see that Indy won, but yes, the match was quite sloppy. It makes it seem like they didn't practice the match beforehand, which, I mean, you're in the business, arrive early, get your, work the match before you work the actual match and get it together. I mean, JC Jane, like you said, it does cause headlines because it's history making, right? But also, like, it's JC Jane. I think I know I underestimated JC Jane for the longest time, right? I mean, once upon a time, I could not distinct her from the other two, Fallon Henley and the other girl that barely wrestles. I still don't know her name for real. And though it's a sexy stable, JC Jane used to be like the second wheel behind Fallon. Now she's stepped out big in front. I did not expect her to win. I expected Marsha Slamovich to win. But now JC Jane has the TNA Knockouts title, which, by the way, is a very legendary title. I don't think people understand that there was a point in time that the best women's division in all of wrestling was in TNA. So JC Jane's carrying that legacy on her shoulder now. And she's the NXT Women's Champion. Once again, still, I don't care. Still the most beatable champion that I've probably ever seen. But no one's beating her. So how beatable is she for real? So shout out to JC Jane.
So really quick, going back to Indy and Tessa, I don't know if you've heard the saying, it takes 2 to tango. They've got to work together. So Tessa could have easily intentionally made Indy look bad. I don't know if that's what it was, or they just haven't got chemistry, or what it was. I don't know. I'm not there backstage, so I can only guess. Did she actually intentionally make her look bad? Possibly. And going back to JC, each and every time you think, this is where they're breaking up. Nope. And they're not. So I thought that's what they were building to. You'd have JC lose, and then that's the end of Fatal Influence. But no, there's still a faction. UK Zone, the youngest ever now X-Division champion, taking a title away from Moose. Good match here. And then you had AJ Styles with his old TNA theme, his old TNA Tron coming out, putting over Leon must have been absolutely ecstatic at this. I think he's like 21 and he's in TNA and the champion, and AJ Styles is putting him over, and AJ Styles didn't exactly say no to a match. So do we see a match at Bound for Glory possibly? That would be really cool. I don't know, because the fans chanting and he said, "Oh, we'll get back to that." So he didn't say no. Your brand new world tag team champions, the Hardy Boys. This was a wonderful, delightful win. Bad bump by Casey Navarro and AJ Francis. Apparently AJ's fine. He didn't. It looked horrible. But also Jeff. Jeff using a ladder that came down from the ceiling, and kind of like one of the ladders you'd use. I suppose, okay, if you were coming into the helicopter, the only way I can describe it. And Matt just left him at it. Jeff took down the titles, and Matt was just fine. You climb down yourself. So carrying a title, just been through a ladder match, that must have been super hard to climb down. But the bigger story here is at Bound for Glory, one last time, the Hardys versus the Dudleys. I'm far more excited about this one promo, play all it's going to be until the match, than I am for Cena Cody next week. I don't give a crap about Cena Cody next week. And why? Because I know that the Hardys and Dudley have put on great matches over the years. One promo. That's all it's going to probably be until October. They'll do the match and that's it, because Devon's in WWE. So, yeah. See, your thoughts of Leon taking the title, the Hardys taking the title, and the fact we're getting Dudley's Hardys one last time.
Leon Slater definitely put on a good show. So did Moose. It was good. I like the fact that even before AJ pulled over Leon Slater, Moose did. So we already know Moose could be a dick about it. You know, he could have been an asshole. He literally spun Slater around and put the title on him. And he put out an Instagram message like, yo, I trust you with carrying this division. Go ahead and rock this division. So shout out to Moose for doing that as well. AJ coming out, that was pretty damn cool. I mean, it's AJ Styles. He's one of the stalwarts of TNA. You know, when you think TNA, when you hear the name TNA, if not one of the first names that come out, if he's not amongst the first maybe 3 names that come out of your mouth talking about TNA, you didn't watch TNA. You definitely missed TNA. Because we're talking about AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. The Hardys winning the tag goal, I didn't see that coming for real. My pick was First Class, because they've been putting in good work. I mean, AJ Francis put in amazing work during this match. The moonsault off the ladder. Hey, listen, this is the same guy that when he tried to do a dive to the outside in WWE, he failed.
Yeah.
Right. But clearly, AJ Francis has been back. He works his ass off. Mind you, former offensive lineman in football. He played college football. I think he had some time in the pros. He's a former big guy playing offensive line. Now he's out here jumping over the rope. He's moonsaulting off of ladders. He took that crazy ass bump into a ladder. Woo! The dude's a tank, man, and yet he's super athletic. Amazing stuff. But the Hardys won. It was cool. The promo was good, but the promo would have been better if Devon was there, obviously, duh. Because the crowd was chanting, "Where is Devon? Where is Devon?" Because, where is Devon?
He's an agent in WWE, that's where he is.
And that's great. But guess what? WWE works with TNA. That could have happened. I'm not going to say I don't care about the match, but I don't care about the match. They're old. They're all 4 of them old. Devon hasn't been in the ring in X amount of years. Bubba is still active, still an active wrestler. I mean, he has a match with Zilla at some point in time soon. Yeah. Yeah, Bubba does. And the Hardys are active, but Devon is not active as a performer. I don't know how much time he's been getting in the ring. I don't know none of that. So I don't want to see them at Bound for Glory. I don't want to see that shit. I'm afraid that someone's going to get really hurt. I don't want to see that shit. I think people are only excited for I think you're only excited because you're stuck in the past. It's nostalgia. I ain't gonna lie to you. I could give two fucks about nostalgia when it comes down to older men wrestling. They're too old. Like they've been through a whole hell of a lot. Like I love the Hardys. Who don't love the Hardys? But running back the Dudleys versus the Hardys is almost like running back DX versus the Kane and Undertaker. Brothers of Mass Destruction. Like except these are two actual tag teams, not pairs of single wrestlers who also make a tag team. Like these guys all four of these guys have cohesion together. But I think at this age, like they're all in their 40s, somewhere going towards 50s. Nah. I feel what everybody's saying, but y'all blinded by nostalgia and not looking at the fact that these are all like older guys.
Yeah, Jeff does look old now, and I know he is, and I know he's had a hard life.
Well, Jeff looks old because he did drugs, so that's different. That's a whole nother kind of aging.
And just imagine if AEW wasn't a thing, we'd probably be getting Edge and Christian in this also. So I would, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure Cope and Christian are looking and being like, "Fuck."
Or if Tony Khan had a brain, he'd be working with both in this. Why not?
Well, the thing is, there's a reason why Tony Khan stopped his relationship with TNA. It wasn't working well, and listen, we're not at the stage in life where AEW, like that's like saying WCW should have worked with WWF. That's never going to happen. That's not. If I'm going for your spot on a every week basis, I'm not working with you. That's stupid.
True.
That's like Coca-Cola and Pepsi. They ain't never gonna work together. They're the same product.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but I don't know. I think of it as a business point of. Well, I'm not a business buyer to see it. I think like it's all about making money. So I would just for one night put my pride, I suppose, to the side, and if Tony Khan hadn't buried he and his roster hadn't buried WWE so much, they could have done business just for one night only. WWE, AEW, and TNA.
So for that to happen, they would have to. All three companies would have to come up with a good super card, two. Pretty good matches. Number 3, revenue share. How would you share the revenue share? Who gets the biggest share? Who gets you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like you said, it's business. But if you're working with competitors, you want to make sure that the revenue share, which is really what it comes down to. It don't come down to anything else because like AEW people got friends in WWE and TNA. TNA people got, you know what I mean? Like it's not the wrestlers that hate each other. It's not even the promoters that hate each other. You just want to make money sense. And the thing is, you want revenue share. And say if Tony Khan's like, we should get the most of the revenue share, Triple H is going to look at him and be like, what? Are you stupid? No. Right. And then TNA might just be like, I just want to be here. I don't care what my portion of the revenue share is, as long as it's like it seems fair. But them two will argue, not really TNA.
Yeah, TNA would be happy that they're getting this exposure. So they'd be like, we'll do it for free. Well, not for free, but you all want to pay us $1,000? Fine. Whatever. Can you see Styles competing at Bound for Glory? He did hint to the match, a possible match.
I do, and I actually see him bringing the IC title with him.
How big would that be? You seen a WB title on TNA TV?
That would be amazing.
That's probably their thinking. They're probably thinking you're soon going to have should AJ Styles win next weekend at SummerSlam, you're soon going to have our Intercontinental champion on your TV. So we're now taking your titles for a while. Speaking of that, of course, Trick Williams retained. He got me. I thought he was injured. Stole it. Threw Max Santana to the ring. 1, 2, 3 on Joseph Henry, and still your TNA World Champion, Tricky Lee. Not Tricky Lee. What does Tricky Williams? That's what Santino calls him. Well, yeah, Trick Williams, still your TNA World Champion. Yeah, cool. I thought, again, when I said this was 50-50 all around. So yeah, good match, good pay-per-view. I'll give it a definite main event. Your thoughts on the main event?
I mean, Trick Williams, it was a really good match. Trick Williams fooled a lot of us. You know what I mean? Even though the referees didn't give they didn't give the signal or nothing like that. It was just like, oh, is Trick hurt? And Mike Santana hit Joe Henry with the spin the block a couple times, pin that man. Trick said, "Ha ha! Get out of here! 1, 2, 3. I'm out of here. Whoop that Trick. Yeah. I'm still your TNA World Champion. It's a Trick-a-day, baby."
And he plays the heel so well, having the TNA president. I don't know his name right now. For me, watching wants to remind me of the TNA president's name, I'd be probably appreciative. But like, taking the title off him and making him raise his hand, plays the heel so well. I think the TNA title has totally reinvented Trick. But I did mention it earlier about the prediction championship. So who came out on top this at the end of the 4,004 wrestling shows? Great American Bash, Saturday Main Event, Evolution, Slammiversary, and the answer is, let me play this. And well, actually a draw, so therefore still your prediction champion is the man himself, Marcus. Can he hold on to it over the next 3 pay-per-views? SummerSlam, Heatwave, Clash in Paris. I'm not watching Forbidden Door, so that won't be counted. But we'll be very quickly move on to AEW. So Hammond and a Page over Wheeler Yuta. Next week we're getting Hammond Page, John Moxley 2. That should really be on pay-per-view, but it is whatever. I've given up making any sense of AEW. FTR defeat Jet Speed. Tony Storm knocks off Billy Starks. Swerve Strickland over Horatio, I think that's his name. And Mark Briscoe puts away Claudio Castagnoli. Jobber. Any thoughts on what I said there, Marcus?
Nah, you keep going, man. I tried watching AEW. It didn't work out.
So onto the red brand, onto the Monday night brand of Raw. CM Punk, here he comes. Not the best promo. Obviously, CM Punk known for really good promos. This was okay. Followed by Gunther and another okay promo. Did its job of building the match. And again, not to hate on a certain somebody, but I'm much more looking forward to this match. And this match, and Gunther's not been presented as a strong world champion. I'm much more looking forward to this than the other world title match. But that's what you get when you put on a horrible match at WrestleMania. No one's looking forward to the rematch. Your first piece of action on Raw, so LWO pick up a victory against New Day and the Creed Brothers. They're going to get a tag team title shot apparently next week, not at SummerSlam, but next week on Raw. Becky Lynch came on out, followed by Lyra Valkyria. this was okay. Lyra's getting better at promos, I suppose. The Judgment Day. So now Bailey and Lyra, who feuded, had a match last week, and Lyra's going after the IC title. Now they went after the women's tag team titles. They made the right decision and Bailey got pinned. Makes no sense. They had a match last week and now the tag team partners. Bailey's good. I think Bailey's going heel, and that's the plan. But yeah, Judgment Day retain. Okay, your thoughts on LWO getting the victory and the Judgment Day retaining?
Surprising. LWO, that's always surprising when they get a victory, because that faction is absolutely flopped, and we all know it. And I mean, Judgment Day beat
Bailey and Lyra to retain.
Yeah, I mean, those two Judgment Day girls are doing a good job. I can't wait to see the SummerSlam match.
Okay, I couldn't care. Personally, couldn't care less either who wins. There's nothing in it. I couldn't care. Judgment Day win, cool.
Yeah. Ricky, keep going.
Charlie likes to win, cool.
Yeah. Keep going, man.
So, Karrion Kross over Sami Zayn. Big win for Kross. And they were doing a rematch at SummerSlam. I think he needs to go over there. Will he? We'll see. Well, next week I will do our predictions, but I like Kross, but people are like cropping on him. But I do like what Kross brings. You got another match added to SummerSlam. Styles, Dominic for the title. Okay. More wins action, so Stephanie Vakir and Io Sky go 1-on-1. DQ finish. Out comes Naomi. Rhea Ripley makes a save. Okay, your thoughts on crossover Zayn and Stephanie Vakir and Io Sky?
I mean, Karrion Kross is getting over. I love it. That's dope. I want him to keep getting over. He needs to. I think he's lost a lot of. I don't know why WWE books him this way. The dude is a legit badass, and they're doing better. But like, come on, man, give him the ball and let him run, please, God. And you said it was Naomi and
Io and Stephanie DQ finish. Naomi came out to attack. Rhea Ripley made the save.
Oh, whatever.
And your main event segment, well, Punk got a decent promo, but apart from that, the ending was the only thing worth watching. Take this out, and it's not because it was Roman Reigns, but take this out, and nothing happened on a 2 hour 40-minute Raw. Nothing. Anyway, out comes Heyman, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. Out comes Reigns, got quite a good promo. Brawl, Juice makes a save. Got made a fit. So Reigns now books matches, not Adam Pearce, because Reigns cut a promo on social media saying, "Oh, 2J will have a tag team match at SummerSlam. It's been made official." There you go. We'll say our predictions for next week, but the two Bronze really should be winning this, but I don't think they will because it's Reigns. Anyway, rating for Raw. Oh, God, dark match. It was take Reigns out, nothing happened. Going into NXT, the Culling picked up a win against the tag team champions, Sol Ruka and Zarya. I think that Tatum Paxley really feels now like the missing piece of the Culling, feels like she really fits. What do they do with this apart from just a random win? We'll wait and see. Out comes Fatal Influence after JC Spark, again hinting at not a heel turn, but a breakup. Lash Legend comes out, Jada Parker comes out, Brawl. your thoughts of the culling over the other team and the women's promos?
I agree with you so strong. Tam Paxley for the longest time just been needing a friend, right? She had Wendy Chu. Wendy Chu turned her back on her. She had Gigi. Gigi got fired. Like just so many different things, right? And now with Izzy is like, oh, this is perfect. Her being in the culling is literally made for her. Because like that's what's supposed to be like missing pieces coming together to make a faction. That's perfect. That's perfect. Wow, that's good writing right there. Good job, NXT. Writing for a mid-card character. That's what the main roster needs. Good mid-card, and that's how you build up really Stars of Tomorrow and a good main event card. Perfect. So the match was good because it also story told about Tatum Paxley, how she fits in. And had a little bit of reading, but I mean, Kazaria and Sol Ruka, when them two women get in the ring too together, is never a bad match. I haven't seen a bad match featuring those two women. In my time period watching NXT, yeah, they teamed up with Hank and Tank. Hank and Tank is as tag team champions. They gotta start being in tag matches alone. Let's see how they develop as tag team champions, especially with how long Axiom and Frazier had held those titles. We got to see if they can do some good work with those titles, but I like the match. The promo with Fatal Influence, Jada and Last Legend is getting better and better each and every week. I hate to say that Shakara Jackson not being in NXT has boosted Lash, but it absolutely has. Separating herself from Meta-Four, great, because before Lash was not that, she was only known as a female tag wrestler, as well as just a group member in Meta-Four. But now she's on her own. Aside from her music, her music's getting, it's getting better. I like it a little bit more every time I hear it. She's over. She's getting over. Plus her performance at Evolution, and of course, Jada Parker's been over for like over a year. And she's had chances at the NXT Women's title just in triple threat matches, never like a real one-on-one match. I mean, she's had one-on-ones, but whatever. So, and then once again, JC Jane being who she is, and now she holds 2 titles. So now she got double the trouble. So it's actually pretty good stuff.
I agree with all of that. Yeah, I was just going to say, Jay Lash's music is very, for me, very generic, very bland. Yes. This could be put onto anybody. For me, it's so bad that when it plays, it's like, who's that? Until it like comes up her name, or until she comes out, it's like, when they play it and it doesn't go straight to the camera shot, it's like, who's coming out? Oh yeah, it's Lash. That's how bad it is for me, but that's maybe just me. And that's not good. I've seen it like at the Rumble this year. All the women's music, most of the women's music, until you saw that camera shot, it's like, who's coming out? No idea. Joshua Troy knocks off Ricky Saints by count out. Yeah, this was cool. It protects both. Probably a rematch down the line, probably next week or whenever. Jasper Troy as Booker T, King Booker, says he's a monster. Yeah. I think Ricky Saints is a little bit lost, but it is what it is, and protected both. Out comes Trick Williams, and then The Undertaker comes on out. Always great to see Taker. Cut an okay promo, choke slam. That was it. He hinted at a match. Ugh, no. Brandon, he recently just had heart surgery, so that wouldn't be the best idea for him. I don't care how much they're willing to pay him. I don't care if it's a Saudi match or WrestleMania match, whatever. No. He had his best match. Well, He went out on top at Mania 36, and that's it. So yes, your thoughts on the Jasper Ricky Saints match and the Undertaker Trick Williams promo?
Oh, Jasper Troy, next North American champion. Count it. Dude is over. Dude is a big man that can move a bit. Got the power game going. Ricky Saints, yes, the count out victory kind of protects Ricky, but he's definitely gone down in the NXT card for sure. And to be honest with you, I saw this coming. And the reason why I say I saw this coming because he wasn't that big of a star in AEW. To be fair with you, when you went berserk about Ricky Saints at the time entering NXT, you were excited. I did not share your excitement. I was like, okay, he wasn't a top guy in AEW. He was a guy. He had his good run with the FTW title and whatnot, but he wasn't big time. He's the next coming of, if you blend a couple of Attitude stars of the past together, maybe you could get a Ricky Saints, but he don't have every single piece that you want yet. He could cut a promo. His in-ring stuff is pretty damn good. I mean, I weigh just as much as Ricky Saints do. So that's actually kind of funny to me. But yeah, Jasper Troy is the future. He definitely got the build in the body. He definitely put over to the test. I think he's going to be the next North American champion. And whenever Ethan's done, and Ethan puts in good work, so that's what I see. I mean, the Undertaker promo it wasn't just scathing; it was real. Undertaker seen it all, man. Dude was an active wrestler for 3 decades. What? How? And he's telling Trick, listen, man, get your stuff together. You looking good, kid. You got all the tools, man. Don't let it get to your head, blah, 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 blah. Trick Williams has the swagger to carry 2 companies. That's why he's the TNA champion. The dude swaggers to a million. He's super good. I pray that when he gets to the main roster that they don't fuck him up. Because they do. They will. They will screw over Trick Williams.
Well, yeah.
Because
sorry.
A smaller crowd is easier to get over than a big crowd. But luckily, Trick Williams has a theme song that, it's a theme. Once again, you talked about themes and stuff before. It's a theme. He has a great theme that people can sing to, put their own words to. So once he gets the Raw and SmackDown, that theme will definitely ring out throughout the arena. So it was a good promo, though. I mean, he got chokeslammed, sure.
But yeah, you just look at the recent call-ups. The Fraxium, just another tag team. Stephanie here, just another one on the roster. None of these are standing out people completely mark out over Stephanie Vakir. I think she's the greatest ever, mainly because of her look. For me, I don't see. She's not bad looking, but she's not Liv Morgan. She's not Alexa Bliss. They're far more my type, but she's not ugly. So I get, but that's why people like her because she's hot. Nothing to do with her wrestling skills at all. She's okay in the ring. She's nothing spectacular. It's oh wow. I'm not it's Stephanie Vakir's been a match. Oh my god, no, I don't care. Whatever. Anyway, Blake Monroe made her in-ring NXT. She made an in-ring debut at Great American Bash. So TV debut against Ren Sinclair. This was an okay match. Ethan Page really knows how to get heat magnets. Really putting over his home country of Canada with the flags, the North American title. He's now got the flag on it. And then here comes Santino Marella that saved himself because everyone knows he's Canadian. But he saved himself in this promo, which I thought was clever. And now you get in, and I'm again far more excited. And Santino's not known for putting on good matches. He's never put on a good match. but maybe it's just that Santino's wrestling in WWE after all these years. But again, I'm far more excited than this than the WWE title match at SummerSlam. I couldn't care less who wins, but we'll get to that. So yeah, we're getting Santino Ethan next week. I'll say Ethan will retain, but yeah, cool. I'll get your thoughts on all of that, and then the main event of Obafemi retained against Josh Briggs, Yoshiki Nomura, still your NXT champion. Yeah, good main event. I'll give it a rating of your mid card. So yeah, your thoughts of Blake Monroe winning, the Ethan Page Santino promo, and Oba retaining.
I actually missed the Blake Monroe match. I'm actually kind of sad about that. I won't see her entrance because I didn't see it at the Great American Bash either.
The Ethan Santino promo.
Oh, that was a good match. I like that match. I mean the promo. Fuck Canada, by the way. Fuck Canada. Ethan Page went real Lance Storm. I'll tell you that. That was a Lance Storm style kind of thing to do. I liked it. Santino, cool, I guess. Can't wait to see the Cobra. That'd be cool. And
Oba retaining.
I actually didn't. The funny thing is that match bored the shit out of me. I was not interested. So,
yeah, it wasn't the best match, but neither was it the worst. So yeah,
right. It wasn't the worst. It just wasn't the best, and maybe because I don't see Josh Briggs really bringing anything to the match. Like he brought the heel aspect to the match, I guess. I don't know. It didn't do it for me. Maybe that's also because I'm not the biggest fan of triple threat matches. Like for me, it's like make it a fatal 4-way. Then why then just make it fatal 4-way?
Yeah, I'm the same. The same opinion. The triple threat matches for me because you always got that third person outside the ring waiting to count me down forever. So they're waiting for their spot, and you unfortunately saw that during the triple threat match at Slammiversary. You saw Mike Santana waiting for his spot, and it's like, oh, they caught it on camera, ready and waiting to get in and do his move. So yeah, you got that third man, third woman, third. Well, if it's a tag team, it's better. But if you got a third man or third woman out the ring waiting for their spot, it's like okay. So yeah, your rating for this week's NXT
mid card.
Speed, no results. Evolve quickly. Eves and Offie beat Dante Chen. Cool. Cappuccino Jones and Jack Cartwheel over It's Gal and Sam Holloway. Jones and Cartwheel are becoming a good tag team. Kendall Gray knocks off Zeta Steel. I would have had Zeta Steel win. And in your main event, swipe right, not left, but right. Defeated Jordan Oasis and Brooks Jensen. So Brooks Jensen wants to go after the title. Nick Card. I like Evolve for those that watch. Yeah. On to the Blue Bronze SmackDown, of course, started all the stars, superstars on the stage. 10 bell salute for Hogan. And that was it. And then they also just played video packages. For me personally, I think he deserved a whole lot more. Maybe they're going to do like a Netflix special. And okay, WWE have been putting on his matches all week on YouTube, but yeah, I don't know. It was impulsive TV. Out comes Jelly Roll. I'll give it to Jelly Roll. He actually cut a decent promo here. I wasn't bored. But whatever. Then out comes Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton. Brawl. Hypes up. SummerSlam. Roxanne Perez knocks off Alexa Bliss. I personally don't like. I don't know if you've heard it. I don't know if you watched SmackDown. I know you're out, but Roxanne's got a new theme. Ugh, ugh, ugh. That's my opinion. Yak, just ugh, ugh. Very again. It generic, could be stuck onto anybody. But your thoughts on the impulsive TV segment and Roxanne over Alexa?
I had liked the Jelly Roll and Logan Paul stuff from what I've seen on Instagram. I liked it. It was good. Of course, I don't like seeing Roxanne Perez beat Alexa, but you know, it is what it is with my favorite tag team that's currently in WWE.
Morgan reaction saw Jade Cargill over Chelsea Green. Build momentum for a heading into SummerSlam. Out comes Secret Hervis to attack. Tiffany Stratton made the save. So you're probably getting, I would imagine, Jade and Tiffany versus the Secret Hervis next week. Maybe, maybe not. They didn't announce anything, so probably not. Don't know. Don't really care. Don't care who wins of any of these matches. And then here comes Cody Rhodes. Personally, he said, "What did he?" So someone that actually pointed it out. One of these people that, one of these ranters, these YouTube pages or channels. They do rants. They actually take the time to rant about Raw or SmackDown on its own. Oh God, I couldn't even imagine doing that. But they pointed out that Cody said exactly the same thing he did before WrestleMania. So his promos progress nothing. His promos go nowhere. His promos are just all the same. And Marcus pointed out, well, The Rock says the same thing each and every time. Okay, but The Rock's entertaining. The Rock's a draw. The Rock's got a TV show named after him.
Yawn, yawn, yawn.
The Rock's The Rock. Austin is Austin. Cody's like, no one, bear in mind, no one wants to see bad wrestling. No one is paying 47, well, no one's paying 47,000 for this match anyway, because he paid the ticket before a match was announced. So, to the hardcores, technically, no one's a draw. To the hardcores, if they're going regardless, nobody's a draw. Anyway, no one wants to see this match. It got overshadowed by The Rock and Travis Scott. So they've gone, it'll be a street fight, make this match a little bit better. And the only thing people are talking about, no one cares about the match. They're talking, it's Cody turning heel. And why? And why are they saying that? Because they are bored with his being a face. Because if they weren't bored with him being a face, and he was this big star, no one would want him to turn heel. Cena was face for 22 years. I know, okay, a heel turn was asked for, but didn't really want him to turn heel. No one is saying, oh, we can't wait for this match. People are saying, is The Rock going to be there? It's Cody turning heel. That's all they care about. And then the outcome is going to be Cody wins and faces nobody. So it's not the man himself that I hate at all. It's the storyline and the probable result. Anyway, your thoughts of Jade over Chelsea and the Cody promo?
Jade over Chelsea. I mean, that's a given. You know, it's Jade over Chelsea. You know, Chelsea Green's kind of in the downward spiral, and Cargill's going up. That's how it's happening right now. All right, let's. I guess it's going to start a debate. And listen, you already know I'm going to highly disagree with everything you just said. Yes, The Rock does the same thing. And guess what? The Rock, you're off of nostalgia. At that time, The Rock would be ad-libbing some shit and doing shit that's off script. And that's at the time where we was in war times. All right. If you look at The Rock's promos during war times and you look at The Rock's promos after war times, Rock promos during war times a lot better than his promos after war times. That's a given. Same thing with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold can cut a good ass promo during war times. After war times, thumbs down. You're saying Cody isn't progressing nothing. He's not doing this, not doing that. Calling out someone and this is kind of back to what I was saying in the chat, it kind of tells that you've never been in a real fight before, because when you're in a real fight, yo, give me your best punch, bro. I bet you won't put me down. I need you at your best. Because in a real fight scenario, that fires someone up. For that to happen, the next person gotta be there to receive it. Cena not being there hurts. Yes, it hurts the promo. Guess what? Because you can't see that fire in his belly. You can't see his facial expressions. You will only go off of what Cody is saying and being like, yo, yeah, we do want to see it at his best. Yes, Travis Scott ruined that WrestleMania match. That match was already kind of bad with the lost spots and stuff. But remember, John Cena's whole gimmick right now is to ruin wrestling. That's his whole gimmick right now. So he's going to do everything to make sure he has a fucked up match because he's in there with a pro. He's a pro too, but he's letting out all the little secrets, right? So whenever I see Cody's promos, it is always pushing. It doesn't matter if it's a lot, it doesn't matter if it's a little bit. It's going to push the storyline forward however it goes. It doesn't have to be the biggest push forward. It doesn't have to be the smallest push forward. They're at the point now where the match has to happen. It's not that, like, all right, the match at WrestleMania was different. It was just a regular singles match. It wasn't anything else. It had interference from Travis Scott. That's what it had. Having a street fight ramps it up a little bit more. Now they could cut loose a little bit more. It don't have to be as cookie cutter as it was. That's not saying that they can't put on a good regular singles match, but when you add weapons, adding weapons is always a good thing, not a bad thing. I don't understand how people think that's a bad thing when weapons makes it a little bit more violent, makes it a little bit more fun to have. I don't understand. There's a reason why this match is main eventing, because it has two main eventers. I don't know how, once again, you're missing that point, because that's just what it is. You have two stars in the ring who are going to hopefully give it their best shot. It seems like Cena is forced into this match because his storyline, because he has a movie and shit, whatever. And Cody's like, nah, we having this match, son, because I won King of the Ring. I earned this match. What are you talking about? And sure, you can say he's going to face, if Cody wins, he's facing nobody. I mean, there's a roster full of stars that he can face, that can turn heel, we could do babyface on babyface. Like, it don't have to be heel versus babyface all the time. It could be face versus face. We've done it before. We've seen it before. Let's stop the shenanigans. Anything can happen. It just all depends on how it's booked, how it's done.
A roster full of superstars. So anybody on Cena's level?
You don't need to be on Cena's level. Cena is leaving. He's a part-timer.
Then Cody stays face. Okay, so this Rollins thing isn't a work. People are saying, is it a work? We'll find out when SummerSlam comes around. So let's say it's not. My thing would be, if it's not a work, he beats Cena and he only gets out if Rollins cashes in. But if it's not a work and Rollins is legit injured and Cody stays face, he's got even if you mix the two rosters together, Rollins is it. And if he goes heel, Orton is very 50-50. He's not won anything since coming back in 2023. And Punk can't keep losing. I think if Rollins is the legit thing, Punk has got to win next weekend. If he doesn't, Punk can't keep losing these big matches. So Cody's got no one. He's going to do what he did the first time and devalue that title by facing AJ Styles.
How do you say devalue when it's not devaluing the title? I'm confused by that.
He faced AJ Styles, who not won a match in years, a big match in years, and lost at WrestleMania.
Is that not a dream match, though?
Who thought that Styles was beating Cody at Backlash? No one. Boring, predictable.
This Because wrestling is 50. Wrestling overall should be 50-50. You should never feel like someone's definitely going to beat someone else. You should never feel that way. Wrestling should be 50-50 all the time.
In a whole year, twice, the only ever time that I thought, okay, Cody could be losing is one against Logan, because I thought, why not? Why not put the title on Logan Paul? He's a massive name. Why not? He didn't. And then Owens at the Rumble. I thought, well, yeah.
A massive name in what world? A massive name in what world?
It doesn't like Logan's podcast pulling hundreds and hundreds of millions of views.
Is that in the WWE world? Yes or no?
No, but he brings eyes to the
product. All right, then. So he's not a massive name.
Okay, Owens then. Owens at the Rumble, I thought Owens is definitely winning. No, that's the only two times that I thought in a whole year Cody had any chance of losing.
So I think one of your problems, maybe, and this might be a Mark issue. This is not an issue of anything else. You look at it from this person should definitely beat this person. This person should definitely beat this person. I look at it from the point of view as everybody's 50-50. Anybody can win. Anybody can lose on any given night or day. That should be that's how it is. That's why when you say things like Orton's 50-50, yes, everyone should be 50-50. You're going to have a good night. You're going to have a bad night.
But then if everyone's 50-50, who's the star? Everybody's a star because they can all do amazing things, and it gives everyone it's on an equal playing field, which makes it better. Well,
it's okay, it's like sports. It's like regular sports. At any given day and time, you can win, you can lose. You might be on tonight, you might be off tonight. We don't know about interferences can happen. Someone could do something behind the referee's back. The referee could have missed something. There's a whole lot of stuff that can play into professional wrestling that makes it more intriguing. That makes everyone at least to me, everyone 50-50. That's why I look at it like, listen, if you got the title, you done something. You did something. You did something great because everybody should be 50-50.
But again, WWE do it. Well, two things. This Unreal thing, really quickly about this Unreal thing. They played a thing on a trailer on Raw, and it was the I Show Speed thing at the Rumble, which was a complete work, and WWE putting that over as if it wasn't. Whatever. But
and they should. That's the right thing to do.
See, I don't think this Unreal. Like, none of us are stupid. They're not completely revealing that WWE is not real. But yes, we all know it's not. I don't think they're going to reveal really too much that we don't know already. But we all know it's not real. They're not really winning these titles, not really winning these matches. It's just written in a script.
Yes, you are. You are still earning you're earning your spot. You're earning your spot by your performance in the ring.
They're not winning. They're not winning anything.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are winning because you earned your spot. How do you earn your spot in wrestling, Ricky?
Backstage, I don't know, backstage stuff.
Wrong. You earn your spot by busting your fucking ass. You earn your spot by busting your ass.
That's every wrestler ever then.
Exactly. Every wrestler busts their ass. You're going to have a moment in time in a company. It don't even have to just be WWE. It can be anywhere where you make a name for yourself. You earn titles. You get this. You get that. Let's look at. I'm trying to think of someone. Let's look at Jeff Jarrett randomly. I'm just going to pick on Jeff Jarrett for one reason. In WWF, Jeff Jarrett at the highest, he couldn't go past a certain point. IC champion at best. Right? Vince didn't see him as anything bigger than IC champion. That's as high as you going, Jeff. Jeff left. He went to WCW. He's one of the beneficiaries of Vince Russo's booking. We can talk all the shit about Vince Russo all we want, but one of Vince Russo's biggest thing was, I'm tired of old guys getting big belts. I'm tired of them getting big belts. We got to push the younger guys forward. Not saying Jeff Jarrett was a spring chicken, not even in the slightest. But Jeff Jarrett's first sniff at being a world champion by being that guy trusted with carrying the ball for a company was in WCW. And we can say all the things bad about Jeff Jarrett. He was not the worst in the world at wearing the World Heavyweight Championship. He was not. He earned that, though. How did he earn that? From all his time putting over people in WWF, all his time being in the wrestling business, being in WCW, doing what he did. And then that carried over to NWA TNA, to regular TNA. Jeff Jarrett busts his ass for his keep. Every wrestler busted their ass. We can even look at Jinder Mahal. Very controversial character. We already know they wanted the Indian market, despite the fact that he has Indian heritage, but he's Canadian. Look at his body transformation. The dude, like, no offense to you, Ricky, he used to look like you. And then he became a chiseled god. The dude looked like someone chiseled him out of granite because he got his body right. Vince saw that and said, yeah, we could capitalize off the Indian market, but look at you. You look like a world champion. We're going to give you the Bollywood boys. We're going to make this shit work. And despite it kind of flopping, it worked because if you look at where he was with 3MB and stuff to how his body looked, the dude made tremendous leaps. You earn your keep in wrestling. You earn your keep by your in-ring performance, your promos, and how you look. The wrestling business is a vanity business where your looks matter, your in-ring performance matters, and your promos do matter. There's a reason why Enzo Amore was a champion. His in-ring performance, not the greatest. His promo styles, he's up there with The Rock and Stone Cold as far as promos go, because he could talk his ass off. It's a performative business. It's a business based upon vanity. Sure, there are people writing it, but you still got to perform it. You don't perform it well, people are not going to trust you with the ball anymore. You're getting the ball taken away from you because you didn't earn your keep. There's many people that had to re-earn their ball back, that had to scratch, fight, and claw for their opportunity. I mean, Booker was a former champion in WCW, five-time WCW World Heavyweight Champion. He had to become King Booker to get his next big gold belt. That took years of grinding. He had to grind his way through, grit his teeth, had to go through some bad storylines, some good ones. It's about in-ring performance. You could say it's scripted, this and the third. You still got to perform it for it to work. If you do not perform up to task, guess what you're going to do? Get released. This is why we got people that's released. We're like, but that person's talented. No, they didn't put in the right amount of work. They wasn't there yet. They wasn't sustainable. They wasn't fully there. That's the reason why they got released. It's not because of the budget cuts. There's people that should have been cut that they ain't cut because they performed well in the ring. We could look at Chad Gable and be like, yo, Chad Gable should have been getting cut. Like, come on, Shorty G, what the fuck is that? He should have got cut. But guess what? Chad Gable is so fucking good, you can't cut him. And I'm sad that he's hurt.
Yeah, it is bad because American Made are feuding with El Grande Americano. It's a nothing story. It's a nothing. Anyway, okay. I'll get back to Raw in a second. There was actually a match I forgot. Anyway, but yes, I agree. They sacrifice their bodies, maybe sacrifice their lives, and then you hope your opponent protects you and looks after you. But who knows? Look, Hogan has had 15 surgeries in 10 years. That's not good.
On his back because of all them leg drops.
His back, his knees. He said his face had stealing. Rey Mysterio's had 10 knee injuries, the knee surgeries. Rollins is out. He's out. Liv Morgan is out, etc., so on and so on. So yes, they sacrifice their body. Yes, they try. They get big like Jinder. They miss funerals, they miss weddings, they miss birthdays. All of that just to entertain us. But for me, just for me personally, and it's a personal thing, perhaps the belts are props. They aren't actually beating anyone.
Yes, they are.
Come right backstage, wrote it. You're Wrestler A beating Wrestler B. Right. Back to Raw. Rusev lost to Sheamus, which so they're going 50-50. I thought that'd be a rematch at SummerSlam. Maybe it is, maybe it won't be. Who knows? Who cares? So you're saying, well, everyone should be 50-50. So who's the, well, neither of them are stars, but who's the star with that one? Rusev or Sheamus?
Both.
Nobody. Because they're going, because
both of them are.
Yeah, we don't call Rusev a star at all. At all. Rusev Day was big, but anyway, moving really quickly along. Jacob Fatu knocks off the Miz. This build momentum for SummerSlam. Solo Sikoa and MFTs come out and attack. And the only good thing on SmackDown was what we're getting at SummerSlam. Wyatt 6, Andrade. Sorry, Wyatt 6 and Andrade. Yeah, Wyatt 6 versus Andrade and Rey Fenix. Fenix got thrown out. All the tag teams come out. So does Nick Aldis. You know, getting in the TLC match for the tag team titles. Wyatt 6, DIY, Street Profits, Andrade and Rey Fenix, and Motor City Machine Guns. That will be a good match. That was the only thing really that happened on SmackDown really worth talking about. The rest, skip, and skip again. Rating dark match. What was your thoughts on Jacob going over the Miz and the ending?
I mean, right now it's fuck Jacob Fatu. So, and I love the Miz. So, nope, I don't like it. I didn't see the tag match, but it did create a match at SummerSlam. So that's dope. And they're doing TLC.
And the Miz cuts a face promo to Jacob backstage, and this is my hometown. I'm back. I'm the Miz. I'm awesome. And then went heel again in the match.
I mean, I don't understand how I'm in my hometown is a face thing, but okay.
He felt very face promo. Then went heel again in the match. And this is why no one's over, because there's no actual legit. Like we'll go to AEW. MJF is a heel. Oh no, okay. Even Page is a heel that wants to be hated. He's not face. There's no. Oh, is he face? Is he heel? We know he's a heel. Miz, no idea.
He might be a tweener.
He's had the more. He's up there with a big show for the heel and face turns.
I mean, the longer you're in a place and you don't have a stable foundation, you might be flip-flopping. You know, not everybody's going to be John Cena.
Yes, and to finish off here, one final segment, which of course is this right here. So it is Wrestling Days Out with Ricky G. So yes, I did go to a show last Sunday. Yeah, good enough show. Title change. Shocking title change that I and no one else expected. And I'm trying to quickly promote this. My next one is actually next weekend. Tickets are available. Go and get one. VIB tickets. You get front row seat, ringside photo, raffle ticket, why not? And event poster. So you get a lot for it. Tickets are on sale. Go ahead, head to Facebook and search. So yeah, get to Facebook and get yourself a ticket. Tell them I sent you. And that is it for this week. Do go ahead, like and subscribe. But Marcus, as always, final words are over to you.
Well, people, Ricky made a promise that he could not keep. This show was definitely not going to be an hour and a half whatsoever. I'm looking at this thing and it says 2. That's because we talked about the very controversial Hulk Hogan. We debated, which might be a new segment that I'm going to pitch to Ricky called The Great Debate. We only going to have about 2 minutes to debate a topic. We only are allowed 2 minutes within that topic frame. So we're going to see if that can be a good topic or a good segment or not, people. But please, if you want to see The Great Debate, if you want to see some more I guess, contrasting views between a mark and an anti-mark. Get onto the People's Podcast, damn it.
Yes. Yeah, that's a great segment. Yeah, I'm already sold on that. So, but yeah, you can tell me more in the chat how it will work and what ideas you've got. For those watching now or later on. Well, first of all, again, my apologies that I couldn't keep it to an hour and a half. We talked about Hogan. Next week it should be an hour and a half. For those that want to get involved in the Golden Predictions page, which I didn't promote my own self. Oh God. Well, I'll do that now, right now, very quickly. So yes, obviously I forgot to play that, played it right now. So those who want to get involved in the Golden Predictions League, AEW, WWE prediction titles on the line, up for grabs. Go ahead and try and take it away from the current champions. Get yourself involved in the group chat. Do look out for my shortcoming after this about will Cody turn heel or not. I shouldn't really have spoiled it, but that's what it's going to be about. Next week, podcast and 2-night SummerSlam watch along. Will be a Wrestle Crate unboxing, maybe a quiz. We'll have to wait and see. But yes, go ahead, like and subscribe. And always remember that Ricky J brings a British bite to the fight.